Hello.
Good morning.
Good.
Ahoy hoy.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Are you ready to finish exploring your new apartment that definitely wasn't the hotbed of a Pharasma spy? Come on, everyone loves cats.
Who doesn't like?
Are we going to embed this new magical light source in Tatter's head as well?
I'm just getting more LEDs.
Well, we're going to need to find a fourth one so I can have you help me with any interrogations we have to do.
Oh no, there are 4 lights. I get that. Ah, he's got the computer troubles. I just hope he didn't update to Windows 11. I have no idea why mine keeps asking to do that. I've refused so many times.
I have recently discovered there is a version of Windows referred to as Enterprise. So like Windows 10 Enterprise, Windows 11 Enterprise, etc. It basically does not include most of the, like, it's meant for more for businesses. None of the social, like, tracking connection crap that you have to keep worry about turning off when you set it up, and it only forces an update every 6 months.
Huh. Why didn't people use that instead of the regular XP then?
I don't think anyone knew about that. Like, it's a subversion of each iteration of Windows, so it's Windows 10 Enterprise, etc. Like, I only found out about it because we had to order computers to get built into panels at work, and my boss started looking, going, "What's Enterprise version? What is this?" I mean, it might be new even too, but
that basically proves that all of their incessant update nonsense is not mandatory. Like, it doesn't have to be there.
hey, the purpose is so that it alleviates downtime if it's a necessary computer to be on for processes for a job.
Well, I understand, but that means if Windows can go 6 months without, updating, then why does not normal one?
Well, it's 6 months without it forcing itself to be updated. The updates are there. You can say to do them, but it won't like automatically reset the computer and force them in.
I guess. That's fair.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. So, who would like to do a recap of what happened last time? Because I believe a lot of loose threads came together, and there's a now more clear picture of, this suspected Pharasma involvement that was mentioned way back in the first module, or hinted at by, previous Pharasma spies and stuff. Also, Bone
Nose
Golem
goes.
again.
Yes, Mega Bone, Part 2.
The boning?
Yes. We decided to enter our apartment, immediately thinking that either the statue or the giant T-Rex skeleton is a trap. Turned out both are a trap.
Yes.
Because when we touched the secret door, purple mist terrified most of us, and then, Mega Bone does what Mega Bone do. And cracked some skulls. And then we tried to crack its skull, but only through the efforts of my focus points did we live through that encounter. Lex ended up being air-gelled, and once we dealt with both problems, we had to go back to Dijon and have him unpetrified. Then we came back in and found very, very illegal things that almost popped Tethers with just putting more blood into him.
So drugs.
So then we bullied those, except for one, which I suppose we actually bullied even further because we forced him into a tiny box to be
If
there
anything,
forever.
that's the one that was bullied. The rest were
Yeah.
just offed.
One got turned into a bullet.
Yeah. Sevatar brought out his soul gun. And we found another bones crying pool and some evidence of Pharasma involvement.
Are you sure it's a bone scrying pool and not just a bin of bones?
Well, we haven't tried scrying, so I suppose it's just a pool of bones for now.
Yep. This person really did like their bones. And cats.
Is it like the movie?
Well, it might be. Or the play. Maybe it's the play.
I was going to say it sounds like an alternative beatboxing arrangement. Instead of boots and cats, it's bones and cats.
You do have a bard with you.
I'm committed to Donkey Kong.
It just doesn't work as well without that hard T in there.
I mean, we have more doors to touch.
Oh, you definitely do, yes. And there's a fun mini game when you find it.
Whose version of fun?
Definitely. Definitely Bramble's version of fun. Lex calls over from the statue. Hey, you missed some stuff. There is a shelves with many cat things on it.
Oh, one's actually magical. And then just the figurines.
Yes, Funko
Oh,
Pops. He had Funko Pops.
Hummels. Why is his door locked?
Ah, that's a
Oh,
very
this-
good... Oh, sorry.
Do we not own this place? Why is it locked?
So that is a very good question. Why is this door locked? Let's see. Does your key work? Which one is this?
I mean, this guy might literally have skeletons in his closet.
Is that
Ah,
his
yes.
business? Is that his closet?
Key works.
Okay, I'll open it then.
Ah, another door! Yes, of course. Okay, so this dusty room contains a large metal table, atop which lies a large figure covered by a dusty shroud. Oh. Now and then, the figure twitches under the sheet. The western wall is lined with shelves covered with surgical equipment and writing supplies.
This looks like an operating suite.
Why is that thing still moving?
I'm going to guess it's undead. Ooh, that's a very good healing kit. You guys mind if I snag it?
I don't know.
No, you should take it.
On the chance that it is undead, I'm gonna take out my little spider.
Okay.
Booter.
Where is it? Here it is.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. Yeah. Okay. So
Well.
you attempt the hijack undead on the table sheet. It fails. Still twitching. Would you like to remove the table sheet?
Yes, why not?
Okay, here we go. And you see what appears to be an undead horse twitching a little bit. Even a cursory glance examination of the body reveals stitching along its belly that indicates it has undergone some sort of invasive surgery.
I'm surprised there's not a bat with cats drawn all over it in here. You really seem to like to use cats as a point to beat that dead horse. Well, we can always do some exploratory surgery and find out what was done to this thing.
Have fun?
Tatters, what did you do?
I'm going to need an assistant. Who's going to be the nurse?
Oh,
I even
God.
have a nice little smock for you to wear in here.
Tatters was closing the door because, you know, operating room,
Seems
surgery.
Yeah, see?
I've got nimble hands.
And you are a veritable supply of bandages if needed.
Oh, God.
You're almost like a walking med kit.
Take a d6 damage to give somebody else a d6 HP.
All right, so you want to attempt to open up this zombie horse with surgical tools and uncover what sort of procedure was done to the undead creature?
Yes.
All right, I need a DC 28 medicine check. It's going to take 10 minutes. Or you can give me an occultism check, DC 30. Or you could give me a DC 33 religion check. And up to 3 other characters can attempt to aid either of these checks that you choose. But they all have to be in the room with you.
Sorry, so it was... What was the occultism check?
30.
Occultism, DC 30, yep.
Okay, we'll do medicine then.
All right. Would anyone like to be in the room to assist?
Absolutely not. Tatters walks away specifically.
Okay. Risu, would you like to play
Where's there-
nurse?
Not fond of the smell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And I don't have any of those abilities, I believe.
I don't either.
It's all right.
Seth will toss over his regular expanded healer's kit to Azim so he can help assist.
Okay.
Give you a +1 on medicine check.
Sweet. Alright.
DC 28, go. That is a critical success. You successfully perform an autopsy of the zombie horse, causing the necromancy animating it and the explosive magic bomb that was inside to fade, rendering the body a normal corpse. You recover a thin metal scroll tube hidden deep within one of the horse's lungs. The scroll tube contains a message. Ooh. I'm gonna give you that message now. There you go. Someone went through great pains to hide this message inside a bomb horse.
So 1, the horse with a bomb. Fun. 2, this irrevocably proves that a harassment was working with the Carter's Consortium. And 3, there's something called a life contagion project. It.
Yay! Asim has no idea what any of that means. He did also set the med kit on the horse's head.
Like,
You know how disease works, Asim? It infects others and does bad things to them. This sounds like they want to make a disease that gives life. Which, considering where most of us are undead, bad. Melt.
so you've gathered circumstantial evidence that links the Kortash Consortium to this Pharasman spy's plot. Combined with the information that you have recovered already, this proof has become extremely more damning. And for those of you that were with me before Asim entered the campaign, didn't you also do something with the Kortash Consortium wanting that particular tower where they all went towards, and you decided to kill them all and led to the whole South Shore incident happening? Lots of stuff happening with the Kortash Consortium, isn't there?
Oh yeah, hang on. So this guy who was a Pharasman spy is connected to the first alien baby, and then the Kortash Consortium, and then the Kortash Consortium tried to take the second alien baby. Or tower.
What if, hear me out, what if they're not aliens? What if there's Pharasman agents? They're like, the psychopomps and shit she sent.
I think Sevatar just ascended from conspiracy to double conspiracy. She's like, the conspiracy is not about the aliens anymore, the conspiracy is that the aliens are not what they seem.
Aliens are discussing the fact that they're aliens, and the fact that they're not even actually aliens in the first place.
Sevatar is the guy who is the conspiracy theorist in a conspiracy convention.
Did ancient Pharasmans help build the pyramids? Is Geb's entire empire built on Pharasman backs?
Tune in next time. Find out.
On History Channel.
My god. So yeah, you guys have a lot of damning proof in your hands right now. You could damage the Kortash Consortium's reputation significantly with this.
We actually have a witness. In a lantern. In a jar.
I'm a glimmer in a lantern, baby.
Oh no! It's again!
You could even say we have a liminal criminal.
Oh.
So what do? Do we explore the rest and then go present this evidence?
Oh, that's up to you.
Well, it's in character, I'm asking.
Okay.
Everybody.
I don't know, but whatever we're going to do, could somebody please put some extra wrapping on my sides?
Yes.
I'm losing sand at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
There. It doesn't work right. Hang on. Oh, you're... Okay.
We'll just take some time and heal everybody up.
That's fine.
Come, step into my office. Don't mind the dead horse.
So we just taking the time to get me back to full?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Get
think
Lex and
so.
Tatters up as well.
Yeah, Tatters is healing you for what? 12 times 4?
Also, I'm just realizing
48.
we have the corner suite. That's why we have two very oddly placed doors in two
Yo.
More bedrooms. Yeah,
I
only
start
one of
touching
them.
walls.
Yep, only one of them looks slept in. You touch all the walls, and they have, like, cobwebs and stuff on them. More bones. Lots of bones. I tell you, it's a boneyard in here.
Hey, that's harassment talk. It's illegal.
Touch all of the walls and
Is
everything in here. as
there
well.
a reason we? Where does this door lead? It seems
We're
like
about
it
to find
either leads
out.
to another room or outdoors.
Yeah, so you open the door, and you find more bones along the stairway leading up towards the balcony.
Is there any traps?
I don't know. That's what I'm here to find out.
Oh my god!
I am the official trap activator.
Oh god.
It's the classic method: either send a champion or a barbarian to feed it with their face. And we have both.
Alright, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tatters, you might want to step back for this. It's in everyone's best interest.
No argument.
Alright, yeah. So, the door is locked. Would you like to use your key on it?
Yeah, I have a key.
Alright, yeah.
There, I hand it over.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So, I'm
I'll
gonna...
use the key on it.
Yep, I'm gonna unlock the door for you. And as you open the door, the trap activates.
Yep.
And
Should have
this
raged.
Yep, this happens as a reaction. As a huge, cartoonish hammer falls down on your head, and I'm going to need a DC 30 will save now.
Will? Oh, good. I'm good at those guys.
Also, please take this damage. $100 on the dot, sir.
That's a 2 for a
Mm.
20.
You have critically saved the fail. You must leave the apartment immediately by any means necessary for the next 24 hours. You have this irrational need to leave this apartment. You must not be here.
I walk off the balcony.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We are
I
in
mean,
initiative. Gotta roll initiative.
That's what's gonna happen, you know?
And I have special rules on falling and grabbing an edge just for this encounter, sir. Alright, let me get the music, because things are about to become dire.
God, how much health do you have?
195.
God.
I took away half, Gordon. Sevatar, you see a comically large bone hammer smash down upon this man's head.
Can I try and disable it from where I'm standing here?
Unfortunately not. There are just so many bones.
Where would I need to be to interact with it then?
Near the door. Okay, what would you like to do with Hammer Trap?
I'm going to attempt to pick the lock. Or pick lock, disable the device.
Okay, yeah. Blind roll, please. All right. You feel as though you were successful. However, the trap does not cease functioning.
Are there other points to disable, not just a single?
There may be. I cannot give you additional information at this time.
Okay. Well, that's my turn. One action move to disable device.
Understood. Risu.
Is Asim just about to jump off this balcony here?
He seems like the hammer did something to him where he's panicking and doesn't want to be here. He's very visibly disturbed.
Okay. Would it just be an action to toss something at Asim?
Yes, that's just an action.
Here, Asim, take this if you're gonna jump off the cliff, and I'll give you a snap leaf. I wanted to show it.
Asim
I
has
would
no
just-
idea what this is.
Toss you a leaf, and I'll tell you it will give you feather fall if you jump off the thingy.
I nod appreciatively.
Just in case we can't stop you. Oh, it makes you invisible too while you're falling, so just
Yeah. So when you hit someone on the way down, you avoid a lawsuit.
yeah, you'll just appear on the floor. Okay, and then I wouldn't be able to like try and deactivate the trap from right here behind Avatar, right?
Unfortunately not. And it seems like a complex trap, so it's about to do stuff again. This is the part of the campaign where you tell me I have a lot of bone spells, Bramble. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, we're about to get boned.
Mm. At the pyramid, he'll fall at an incline. He has a shield. He can use it like a sled.
It's broken.
Oh no.
Broken as in below half, or like wrecked?
Broken is in below half.
You can
Now-
probably still slide on that then. It's just not a functional shield.
Yeah.
But in Tears of the Kingdom, when it breaks, it's no good no more. He has to use the little mummy hand to like
Yeah,
affix
that's broken,
things.
broken.
Just glue a boulder to it, Asim.
Glue the hammer to it. Break it off the wall.
Tuck and roll.
Yep.
It's gonna be good. Don't worry.
Oh man.
Can you stop your friend from throwing himself off the side of a pyramid?
Can't stop him, but doesn't die at least. Um.
Immo-
Jesus.
Immobilizing him would help too.
This effect, is it a curse or is it like a condition?
Ah, that's the best part. They failed to explain anything about it. I have tags. And again, I cannot tell you the tag information either until I get some knowledges.
Okay, I'll do a knowledge.
Okay. Which one?
Can I do a thievery to maybe discern trap mechanisms?
Thievery isn't a knowledge. If you had lore traps, I could give that to you.
No. Shoot. I've got nothing to help here. Is there something you guys would want me to do? Because there's not much I can do right now. But then maybe just pass the turn. And wait.
Anything towards deactivating a trap?
So where's the trap happening at? Is it happening like behind the door, in front of the door?
At the door. And two people
This
are
might-
now occupying the space to manipulate the trap.
Yeah, this might be worse, but I'll use the cape of the mountain back to teleport behind the trap.
Okay.
Maybe I can interact with it on my next turn.
Okay. So you just dimension door over there, like a vampire from Castlevania.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be my turn.
Alright.
Oh wait, actually, is there a better way? No, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm certain I can't actually help with a trap. However, I can inspire heroics on a defense.
Don't think that will help with fall damage, though.
What's our level DC?
I believe it was
30, I believe.
Yep.
That's a crit then. So that's critical success and inspired defense on everybody.
How many turns?
1.
Okay.
It's 28. Your level DC is level 11. It's 28.
Oh, I was looking at my class DC.
Yep.
And then Asim wants to get out.
Yeah. He might bowl anyone over who's in his way. Who knows?
Can I see outside?
Definitely, yes. It is a beautiful undead day. Like, you can see right down the side of the pyramid. The view is magnificent. In fact, I have a description of the view right here.
Okay.
Let's see here. The balcony. A wide balcony is open to the air and provides a commanding view of southern Mekatar. You see a little eatery that you would like to visit soon.
Well, Asim was gonna go visit it right now. I teleported him outside.
Oh no! Collective transportation. Where are we going? And that was a lot of soundboard things at once for some reason.
Yes.
That was abuse,
Craig.
sir.
That was not me.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't realize it was transmitting.
I mean, it was kind of ironic timing. So where am I being teleported to?
To the eatery that we want to visit.
So am I just like out of this area, or
I suppose. My goal is just to get you outside, you know, so you don't have to drop, and so
Yeah.
you're no longer terrified. That's it.
Okay. So, he needs to roll a will save.
Well, if he's unwilling, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he's very willing.
yeah, I don't think I'm unwilling. I'm definitely willing.
Okay. So, what is the range of this teleport?
It's line of sight.
Good.
I'm not seeing that.
Well, there is no range, and it's just saying the description must be able to
Right.
fit in the new space, and their position must be unoccupied, entirely within the area, and in your line of sight.
Oh, okay. So, within the area would be what you can see on the map.
Just anywhere outside of the
Sure.
house is fine.
Yeah. So, Asim, go ahead and move yourself somewhere outside the house.
Technically, I can only see in this cone right here.
Yep. All right, Asim. There's nothing in your way now from throwing yourself off the pyramid.
Do I have to be off the pyramid or just out of the apartment?
You've got to be as far away from the apartment as possible.
Okay. Alright, and are there actual levels to this, or...
It is a sharp incline down. In order to grab an edge, you must give me a DC 25 reflex save to avoid the fall down.
Well, isn't he on the flat walkway outside first?
He is.
How steep of an incline are we talking? Are we talking 45? Are we talking 80?
It simply says steep incline.
Okay. Well,
So probably at least like 60 degrees down.
and how high up are we?
I
Do we
believe
know?
you are about a few hundred feet up from what I remember
good.
reading. Yep. So, definitely the fall will be
Hurt.
bad. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe they put it at the beginning again.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say that I can't be safe about everything, so I'm just gonna, like, scoot
80
myself
feet.
to the edge here as I'm, 80 feet?
Yep. Otherwise, they suffer a
Okay.
painful fall down the tetrahedron steep slope to the ground, 80 feet below, which means the first 5 feet are free, 75 damage. Unless you want to use the token or whatnot, it doesn't say you can't use items before you escape.
Yeah, what was the little token thing again? It's a snap leaf, right?
I don't see it in the compendium. Snapshot. Snap leaf.
Snap
Here it is.
leaf, yeah.
Yep. You can use an interact of reflex. But bad news, Asim. Really bad news. Hate to be the one to tell you this. Have you affixed this item to your armor since receiving it?
Mm,
Absolutely not.
Ah, well. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoot to the edge here, and
Yep.
I'm gonna I'm gonna drop down onto the sharp incline here, and I'm just gonna try and scoot my butt
All right,
rather
DC.
than just going in a sharp.
Yeah, all the neighbors are going to see this. DC 25 reflex save, please, because it's not like regular grabbing an edge. This is a special grab an edge function just for this area.
Okay.
We're like a sitcom where people who somehow struck it rich on like a lottery move into extremely posh building.
Right. All right. Reflex save. Here we go. Well,
Oh.
inspired defense does give me a +3 on this, so
Yep. Hey. You almost critically succeeded. So you managed to slow your fall quite a bit, and about halfway down, you're just there like a lizard on the side of the wall, just like grabbed onto the side. Halfway
natural.
down, yep, 40 feet, stuck there. With like no windows, no anything nearby. So why don't you put 40
I-
feet on your token?
okay.
Yep. So we
40.
know where you are.
How do I do that exactly?
Right click, and you're going to see a 0 at the top left of your token.
Okay.
That's elevation.
Got it.
You are 40 feet away from the ground, sir. Would you like to let go and take an action?
Let's see. What have I done? I've done a move action so far, haven't I? There's a squeaky toy.
Yes.
But
And you did a reaction to grab an edge.
that is true.
You know what would really be powerful? Talisman Dabbler, where they didn't need to affix things to people's armor, they could just, like, snap it on like magnets.
Let's see. What all is in? Can I just reach into my bag and pull out one of the pittons from
Definitely.
my
You're
climbing kit and just stab it into the in between four of the?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
Ready
want to
to roll
use
for
your
that?
tail for that, or you want to take one of your hands off?
I'd take one of my hands off, so I let
Okay.
myself slide just a little bit.
That's okay.
That-
That's
it-
okay.
Not even. I don't think Talisman Dabbler can do it instantly. They get rapid affixture. They can do it in 1 minute. Oh, sorry. They can do it as a 3 action. I
Yeah,
believe. They're
3
legendary
action.
crafting.
Like rapid repair. Okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull
Yep.
out one of the pittons, stab it in between two of the, three of the stone slabs there in one of the corners.
Okay. As you do
And,
this, you hear one of the neighbors shouting, like, "Edgar, there's a man on the side of the pyramid!"
And once I've got one wedged in there, I'll grab another one and do the same,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
so that I have 2.
Yep.
Do I need to roll anything?
Nope. You're good. You're good. You
Okay.
you made the best of a visual situation.
I'm not just hanging off the edge of a pyramid.
Yep.
by the
And
pittons.
I have such bad news for people because this trap is horribly broken in addition to all the other things, such as it suffers no multiple attack penalty. So,
Oh, good.
here we go. 3 actions. Sevatar, I'm going to need a DC 30 will save. And Risu, I'm going to need a DC 30 will save. Oh, Sevatar, you are not compelled to go out. But you get the bonk.
Did Hammer, you think you can override my introversion? Make me go outside?
Oh my god, Risu!
Nice.
It's been a while since I crit.
So, each of you
Reese's
takes...
are shut in.
Yep.
Take
I
half?
think-
Or- no.
Nope, you take full damage, both of you. I think Risu is full Hikikomori.
Risu is a shut-in. Stitch Skull likes to go out.
Oh god.
There's a fine line between multiple personalities and what Risu's doing.
That's... Yep, Tatterstraw, you're out of range. So for its third action, I am going to roll a coin. Who wants 1 and who wants 2?
Number 2.
Okay. Sevatar. Debunk. No map.
Ow.
So, on a critical hit, the target automatically fails the will save. But if you're unconscious, if 78 is more than your HP, you can't throw yourself over.
I'm recalling back to the rules for traps. Isn't it a reaction for it to hit something?
No, not this one. This one is different, unfortunately. The first one, where it does the forbid entry, that one was the reaction. Then it behaves as a complex trap. Because the reactions are only for the common, simple traps.
I'm not leaving. I'm unconscious.
Yep. It didn't kill you. It was not meant to kill you. All right.
Wait,
and I
is
need...
he just unconscious or is he dying?
He is unconscious because the trap was never meant to kill anyone. It was meant to make them kill themselves. Because he couldn't have any evidence here. Risu.
I will try and disarm this trap.
Okay.
Blind. Do I blind? Do we know the rule for this?
Blind, please.
Gotcha.
So, just to let you know, Sevatar did his on the actual mechanism. Where are you doing yours?
On the hammer so we don't get bonked.
Ah, very good. Very good, sir. Unfortunately, it was a failure. And you do not
will
hear
do it
a
again.
click. Okay. 2 actions.
2 actions.
Right, because the disabled trap is 2 actions.
Is it 2 actions? Yes, disable an action. Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
Yep, yep.
Okay, well, I will just...
Yep, you move out of range of the hammer.
Okay, what am I doing?
Tatterstraw.
So, we made some progress towards disabling it.
Yes. And Risu is correct. It needs to be once on the hammer itself, and Sevatar did once on the joint to prevent it from swinging.
So we just need to do the hammer once then?
Correct. Risu just didn't get a good enough roll.
I'm gonna diplomacy it. No, I don't have any skills that would help.
Stop.
But-
It's hammer time.
But certainly you have those bone spells.
I have a bone spell. I have roused skeletons.
It is made of bones.
You know what? I'm gonna rouse skeletons. It's on the ceiling, right?
It's just built into like the doorway and stuff. But yeah, sure.
Basically, I'm gonna make a bunch of these skeleton hands in the doorway, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna instruct my hands. I'm gonna try to control them so they grab and hold the hammer.
Okay. Okay.
So expend that cast. Oh yeah, shield goes away. My Inspire Heroics goes away. What else can I do? Not a lot. Not a lot. I guess I'll recast the normal Inspire defense.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Asim, you've got the 2 pittons in, and this woman is just shouting at you from like across the way.
Have I gotten rid of the urge to to run away from the apartment?
Not for 24 hours, sir.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just start slowly climbing down the pyramid then.
All right. Athletics, please. And I'm gonna need let's see here. Let's see. 28, and it's going to be hard. So 33.
Okay. I'll retrieve my like the rest of my climbing gear out too
Yep.
as I do that. Let's...
Yeah, complex trap routines are brutal.
Okay.
Oh dear God. Yeah, you
Nailed
get
it.
down the other 40 feet with absolutely no problem. And the rope and the climbing gear and everything help too. Then you're down on the ground with all the people that are just looking at you like, why did you climb down the side of a building?
Felt like it. Quite literally felt like it. Yeah, that's my turn. I'll just keep walking away from the pyramid.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sevatar, you have the strangest dream that after being accosted by Pharasma, the aliens took you to a red planet where you were ultimately led to the Ant King and forced to help a bunch of anime children defend a magical school.
Who did I eat last and what did they take?
The hammer can't hit anybody. Risu.
I like the no hammer time. But I don't know if I want to be hit again.
The skeletons may save you from that.
Is being right next to Sevatar right here, is that's out of the hammer's range still?
Yep. You can only be hit if you are adjacent to the door. On
Okay.
either side.
Gotcha. Then I will heal Sevatar. With the chalice.
Okay.
Sevatar, you gain.
Have some ecto cooler.
Yeah. 33 HP. Then I will pass a turn.
Yep. Tatterstraw.
Well, I suppose we don't really need to do much because the two crafters are gonna, you know, attempt to disarm and step back infinitely. Eventually,
Yep.
it's gonna happen.
It will eventually happen.
Can I assist in any way?
You have Aura of
I s-
Competence, don't you?
I do not. I did not take that.
Oh.
I will give both of them lose times arrow so they can step for free.
Okay.
And recast Inspire Defense just in case.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Asim, you're down on the ground. There's that nice eatery and everything that you had seen on the overlook and whatnot, and your friends are still on the balcony, but you don't feel like going back to the apartment today.
Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna.
Mom said to play outside.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm
Mom
just
being
gonna
Pharasma.
Wander around. I might go stand in front of the eatery and stare at it for a while. Make a lot of people uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's like you're not the only one doing that. There's a lot of actually a lot of people doing that. That seems to be something that people do in front of food places and the gym.
You know where this trap would be absolutely nightmarish? On any kind of airship.
Oh God. You're right.
I mean, it'd be less bad if it was like not coming in within a certain cabin. Therefore, you have the rest of the airship. But yeah, if you went the whole airship,
Well, like this as the whole apartment or pyramid, right? It's
Right.
just
And it's just like from the balcony, it's all the way down. Yeah, but Sevatar, you're back among the lucid. And the dream about the Ant King and everything resolved itself when Haojin decided to train them in a montage or something.
seriously, who did they eat last and what did they take?
I'm getting some Hunter x Hunter vibes right now.
Thankfully, no clowns. And where are we doing this particular check?
On the hammer itself, since I did the mechanism.
Okay. So with that, you hear a click, and the skeletons basically help dismantle the now disabled trap. You have succeeded in completely clearing out your new apartment. Congratulations, all the neighbors hate you and your stupid party that you're throwing.
I'm going to go lay down and fix myself.
I just continue staring at the eatery for a while.
Yep.
Might wander back in like an hour or so if the feeling is worn off. If it doesn't,
24 hours.
Outside. Yeah, I was gonna say if it still lasts after the trap's gone, I'll just kind of meander around the pyramid for the next 24 hours.
Eventually, one of the people come out and say, like, "Excuse me, sir, we're closing in like 5 minutes. Would you like to order before we do?"
Well, you know what? There's this little alcove with a statue right by the front door. You could sit in there. That's not in the apartment.
That's true. I think
that's-
I have to stay away from the apartment, though, too.
Yep. It's also a mummy, coincidentally.
What are these little thingies here?
Which thingies?
These thingies.
Oh! Those are the supports for the walkway and stuff along the sides.
Cool. Yeah, I'll get some food. And then, I'll just come sit right there. And just stare at the mummy for the next 16 hours.
Crunchy ghoul burritos with new Doritos wrap.
Perfect.
What time of day is it?
It is definitely getting towards the afternoon, and those 3 neighbors are now outside with Asim talking to him, asking what had happened and what's going on. They saw you like climbing down the pyramid.
You know, Asim, you should watch out for ghoul snacks for what they're made of. It varies from person to person.
Asim does his best to clear up what happened, which probably makes them significantly more confused and possibly invested in whatever happened inside that apartment.
They're just really confused because it's your first day here and you've already made like such an impression on everybody.
Also, the entire time, I never actually make eye contact with any of them. I'm just staring at the mummy in the corner the entire time.
Yep. Eventually, they kind of get weirded out and just go back to their apartment. Just like, oh, okay, as long as you're all right.
So, are we going to go report now or tomorrow?
Well, the information about the Kortash Consortium is it's already largely been acted upon. They have fallen out of favor for the reasons that this confirms. Is it so much something that needs to be reported to the king, or is it more blackmail to offer to one of the other factions?
Well, what if it's shaping up to be one big plan? Specifically, the Life Contagion Project, right? That's what it was called? That is concerning. I don't think that's been acted upon. You don't think it's worth reporting to Dijon?
Not sure if we need to report it immediately. Certainly something we can follow up on ourselves.
Well, we'll be gone for a long time. What chance are we gonna get to follow up on this if we're gonna escort the dude across the whole country?
Are we escorting him across the country? I thought we were escorting him around the city.
No, we're escorting him out of the country.
So you've become very confused with the plot of Empire of Ghouls, and I don't blame you because it's almost identical.
Are we not escorting him out of the country?
You are his honor guard. You are basically protecting him while he is in the country before he goes back to his own kingdom, which may be some time before they can settle the difference about, getting that tribute. Because those ghouls, they need the flesh. And Geb's not handing it over.
Underground, so it's not like we have to cross the city. He'd just start going through tunnels underground.
Tell that to Cobalt Press.
Or he might just teleport. Dude's high priest, he's probably got a couple of those kicking around.
That is true. The way I remember the phrasing during the discussion that you have to be the honor guard until he returns to his country gave me the impression that we have to, escort him while he's going back home.
If he was the Archduke Ferdinand in, Empire of Ghouls, then yes.
Okay.
So, there are... Yes, I know, it's...
That's a very deep cut.
So you said Archduke Ferdinand, and I got twitchy because my character has a rifle.
Yes. Trust me, you can start a war anytime you want, but right now, if you would like, there are a couple options you can do with the evidence. One, you can save it as leverage against the Kortash Consortium for another day. Two, you can give it to any of the great factions, and they will be overjoyed, like Sevatar said, to have an advantage over them. Or three, you can sit on it.
Can we take a look at our scores? Rep with everybody?
Yes. I haven't cleaned them up, but they should be accurate from what they were from before. Let's see here. Where's the landing? Is this it? That's not it. It's been a while, so I don't remember which map it was on.
I have Builders 14. I think we had it over Sallow Shore, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let me see here.
I just want to see. Our numbers should be fairly similar. Ren, do you have yours? Or Sevatar, do you have yours?
Yeah. Builders 14, Tax Collectors 3, Reanimators 7, Celebrants 9 somehow. Export Guild 12, except I think it's Risu and I are... No, you and I are marked, because...
here it is.
Cheated. And Carter's 1.
I suppose...
So not terribly different than this. It's Builders, we've gone up 3 more. Exporters 2. Reanimators were higher than I thought, and Celebrants were higher than I thought.
Yeah, that extra 2 points from the Builders League came because you dealt with that very fortified position in the Field of Maidens that the one camp had.
So we gotta get more points with tax collectors, is what it looks like. I like how we have no consistency between our cheats at all.
That's thematic.
I also have +3 with Zon Kuthan.
Yes, Zon Kuthan is your hidden faction, by the way. Just like Asim's hidden faction is going to become very apparent when you visit Kortash Khan.
I can't imagine what they might be.
No, me
My
neither.
hidden faction was aliens who may not actually be aliens.
Yeah, maybe Sevatar is the spy for Pharasma. We don't know.
I suppose we should give the documents or all this information to the tax collectors. We seem to be quite low.
Do we need to though? I'm wondering what, because we haven't had like we don't know how we can lean on this reputation yet. So
It's true.
Yeah, also in terms of tax collectors union, we do have 2 representatives of the tax collectors union in our group, so
Yeah, but this seems to be what, these points will probably play in it somewhere at the end when we gotta get everybody on board with whatever's happening. And at that point, it might not be enough to be in with the tax collectors. We'll need to have pull with the tax collectors.
it could also be building up endgame points where these are the groups that are going to slowly take over the government at the end of the campaign. And whichever ones you build up the most, whichever ones you build up the most reputation with are the ones that you're actually helping the most.
oh yeah, help the celebrants way too much.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh god.
Patriotism!
No.
Fake news. We are the most
Fake
powerful
news.
now.
Yeah, celebrants will just establish CNN.
Oh no. Oh no. Art imitates life.
Now that celebrants will be more like Newsmax or
Well, no, they'll establish all. They'll establish CNN. They establish a series of networks.
Fox News.
Yeah, Fox and Infowars. Or I suppose actually Sevatar is going to establish Infowars talking about aliens.
they're not aliens.
Exactly. Okay, so I guess we're sitting on this info?
Yeah, we can sit on it for now.
Okay, so a nap then?
Nah.
Like what are we doing?
Well,
Nap stuff.
we can redecorate our apartment because, I mean, Sevatar doesn't mind the whole mortician's aesthetic, but and he's keeping the operating suite.
I mean, I have my own house.
Yep. The extra dimensional space still functions. You have full control over it. Let's see here. Oh, what was it called again?
I suppose we should start digging that canal.
Oh no. Oh, what was her name? Karinza? Karinza. Oh, yeah, I have to get that item to you.
I'm surprised they don't have a compass rose on this map because technically, bottom of the map is east.
Yeah, because the ocean faces the right of the world map. You are correct.
Well, I'm checking the map of Geb, and Mekatar, yeah, has a mouth of the river to the north of it, and it's on east coast, like straight east, nothing.
Yes.
So, if anything, this is fed from some kind of underground canal from the nearby river to the north.
Oh, that might be, maybe Kortash Khan's ghouls are like, civic engineers. So, yes, you can redesign the Mortician Suite exactly the way you want it. You can customize it. And all of the defenses that you disabled are yours now. You can use them. They work for you now.
Time to get an airship.
Oh no. How Jin
Wait.
has the only 2 airships.
Wait a moment. What if we install it in the doorway of my little pocket dimension mansion?
Install what?
The hammer that makes them leave.
Oh.
My mount has fly speed, or can have fly speed. So what we do is we force somebody inside. They get bonked. They have to leave. But in the time, I dash using Spark of Independence and fly movement, 90 feet into the air.
I mean, also, your mount then is our airship. We just go into your house, which is mounted on the mount.
That's true.
And it is our airship. And it's
Haha,
a stealth one,
Jin.
so it's a lot smaller.
Yes, we have a tactical airship. How long does the boarding of Zephyr last? 10 minutes.
That's pretty good for an item you picked off the floor.
Yes. We have a temporary airship.
Okay, so we don't have anything. Can't use word of recall here yet. That costs 5,000 gold.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
That's more than the artifact.
But it just allows us to want back to wherever we set for a year. So it'll be good when we can, but we can't yet. And how long do we have until we have to meet up with Kortash?
He didn't give you any sort of thing, but now that you've asked, there is a knock on your door. After you're done, like, redecorating and stuff and moving stuff.
How long has it been?
Like, as long as you want it to be.
I mean, at least the day that you can come back inside.
I was gonna say, because if we were halfway through the day yesterday,
It seems like a set puppy just waiting on the porch to be allowed.
I'm literally just sitting on the beam of the railing out there, just kind of waiting the entire time.
And I have a sound for that.
Birds just hanging out on me, probably some bats hanging off my rib cage.
While you're waiting outside, I'm just playing to make you feel better. Why is it not
trombone
playing?
noise?
You guys are completely in control of the flow of time. I'm not going to say, like, you can't take, like, as much time as you want setting up the new place and stuff. So you tell me how long it's been since there's a knock on the door.
I mean, a day, right? We don't.
Okay.
Do we need more time?
Yeah, a day, maybe 2, and then we can get the knock on the door or go check with the guy ourselves.
I'm just imagining a scene still just sitting out there when these people come to the door, and they're just like, "Is this the place where the new Bloodlords are?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, that's the one." And just keep sitting there.
Oh my God.
If I wanted to fuck with Asim, I could be teleporting him inside and having him run out again.
You could. You actually, yeah, you could.
Just Benny Hill this place up.
How many times can you do the level 6 spell?
2.
Okay.
Beautiful.
But yes, there is eventually a knock on the door.
Actually, I could also do strange geometry and have one of the cubes be inside, and occasionally he'll teleport.
That's weird.
It's a real weird spell. It's like an illusion, but if you believe the illusion, it actually teleports you.
That is very powerful.
It's just pure chaos.
The cube of the spell's area can't be adjacent to one another. Okay. So you can't chain them together.
Yeah, you basically have to make like a chessboard pattern.
All right. So you hear the knock, knock, knock on the door.
Ren will answer the door, still in like the surgery smock and covering whatever bits from hacking up the horse.
All right, and you see a very prostrated ghoul with a upside down message sewn onto his back, saying like Masters, Lord Kortash Khan has a message for you. And then he prostrates himself before you, turning the message right side up for you to read. And you can see
That's
that this...
certainly one way to deliver it.
So it is like a handstand?
Yeah, he...
Well, no, like on his knees bowed forward.
This message is
I
actually, sewn onto his skin. So let me get that. He
gets
message.
points for style.
Yeah, Kortash Khan is a very stylistic man.
I was going to say that the man knows how to make a statement.
Let's see here. Where is message? I know message is here. Oh dear. I apologize. It should have been right at the end of the chapter, and it decided that no, but it's... They probably did something weird where it's going to be at the beginning again. Dear Lord, why did they organize it like this? Yep, it's delivered by a nervous ghoul with invitations sewn onto its back with black twine. Displays the message to them. Alright, there's no message. It's just like, come over to my place for dinner. Great.
Hey, bitches, barbecue at 7.
Yes. I guess. So, for the duration of his stay in Mekatar, Kortash Khan and his routine of guards, sycophants, and advisors have been granted a stone mason owned by the Builders League. A trapezoidal structure called Coffin Stone Manor. And where is that on the map? Of course, it's not on the map. Of course. Thank you, Payazo. Thank you. So yeah, you know where that is.
Well, where's the good part of the city, basically?
Oh, definitely the closer you
Cinerarium.
get. Yeah, the closer you get to the Scenarium, the better.
So you could just randomly pick somewhere in a good district area, basically.
Yeah, you can pick the location. It doesn't matter. Is anyone dressing up for the occasion?
Yeah, I'll put on some fresh wrappings.
Okay.
It's about as dressed up as I get.
I just
I'll bleach your wrappings.
We like take fresh wrappings, attach it to you at one point, and someone's holding the spool, and then someone on the other side just grabs the old one and just ripcords you. So it pulls the old one off and spins the new one on.
Beyblade.
Oh my god.
Let it rip.
Oh.
You know what I'm doing? As a respectable mage, I have to cast a level 6 mage armor.
It does grant certain bonuses now, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Anyone doing anything fancy before we go to the dinner party?
That will put on better clothing.
Okay, I don't know.
No, I'll be fancy too.
All right, Stitch Skull fancy?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, it's just like, okay, yeah, I think you guys are ready. Lex will stay here because he's still interested in that statue, or do you want Lex to come with you?
Lex will be there, like, you know, in spirit.
Ha,
Why can't I-
ha, ha.
I was gonna say, when is he not?
Yeah. So when
How
you
can I
arrive,
cast this?
you have to put it in the level 6 spot. You have to treat
Well,
it as though you prepared it as level 6, even though you are a spontaneous caster.
I can't. How do I drag it into 6th level spell slot? It keeps dropping it into 1.
Sorry, is it a signature spell?
No, it's a staff spell.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
Okay, well, just remember that I'll just manually make a buff that gives me +2 AC and +1 bonus to saves.
Yep. All right. So when you arrive to Coffinstone Manor, you are escorted by a well-dressed ghoul to the manor's meeting room, where a grisly meal of humanoid limbs and organs in various states of decay have been laid out artfully on a table. The food is, of course, unfit for consumption by the living, but a character who takes part in the ghoulish repast might be able to curry favor with Kortash for a time. You know, it all depends on what you want to risk.
I'm going to assume that doesn't involve, you know, Sev, who will just eat it gleefully and not be a problem. That's
Oh,
more
yeah,
for the
you're a
living
ghoul.
If they
This-
try it,
They're ghouls. This is ghoul food. This.
that's what I mean. Like, this is more for, like, if basically Risu or Tatters can stomach it, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Yep, any living creature who eats the meal, I have to do things to. But anyone who eats the meal gets a +2 circumstance bonus to all skill checks to Kortash during this initial meeting.
So we'll get Tatters set up in his high chair, make sure he's got his apple juice, and
Okay.
then we'll offer him a little bit.
All right, yeah. So, for certain, Sevatar is eating.
Oh, yeah.
Asim, are you eating from the banquet?
Yes.
Okay. Stitch Skull?
And Sevatar will pick out, like, a little piece of not actually foie gras, but foie gras person liver to offer Tatters.
I will just act like I'm eating.
Okay,
and
yeah,
do
you can use...
deception.
Yeah, you can use deception. I'll give you the +2 circumstance bonus for that. Yeah. How about you, Tatters? You gonna... Are you
sip my apple juice and I'm content.
All right, they're gonna put you at the kiddie table with the halfling ghouls then.
That's appropriate.
Yeah. So let me get out my Kortash. Don't do this to me. Don't. Bad. Of course it's not going to give me a thing. Of course. So, after a while, Kortash arrives and meets you soon after being seated and greets you with a barely concealed impatience in his voice. And he's going to begin the meeting by asking each of you to introduce yourselves and tell him a bit about your accomplishments. Why, he asks, are you worthy of being Bloodlords, much less members of my so-called honor guard? Who's going first? May want to mute, sir.
Well, we've uncovered numerous plots and put down the perpetrators across Geb so far. They're coordinating to attempt to poison the food stocks that are sent out to other nations. It was a coven of hags clear across the nations that we've systematically hunted down.
You're telling me that the all-powerful Ghost King, and he's saying this through his chorus meat puppet the entire time he's talking in common with it, as he like mumbles in old Osirian, was nearly thwarted by 3 old women.
There was 4, originally 5. No, because we prevented it. If they had been allowed to complete what they wanted, possibly they would have caused political turmoil with other nations whom Geb supplies food to. Instead, no such turmoil has occurred, and those hags have all been put down.
Well, at least I can say you're competent in your role.
Asim, do you have anything to contribute?
I glance up from my food.
No nugget of wisdom to cause me to have another aneurysm? He's surprisingly good at that. I don't know how it happens, but he knows things that I can't imagine how.
We're good at collecting taxes. That's all I'll say.
He seems to be looking you over very closely. Did you say your name was Asim?
Yes. Asim Makir.
I thought I had lost you when the pyramid sunk. I was discovered by the, not Empire of the Ghouls, the coalition of the Ghouls.
Attends quoi? Wait, what?
You see, half the pyramid had sunk below its original resting place, and I was discovered by the ghouls there and awakened early, before I intended. I had carried out my plans and became the ruler of one of the most powerful underground nations of undead, and then of course, you know, Geb decided to copy me. But I thought I'd never see you again. I thought you were destroyed with all the others.
Asim just kind of stares for a moment, taking in the visage of this person. Does anything stand out as immediately recognizable to him?
Well, he is Old Osirian. He is known as the High Priest. He is a king among his people. He's not very flashy, so there's nothing very standoffish about him.
Okay. Asim stares at it for a moment and he said, "And what is your name?" And he asks that in ancient Assyrian.
Ah, yes, and he says, not using the meat puppet this time in Old Assyrian, Kortash Khan. That is the name that I was given when I was raised. It seems you have chosen to serve Geb instead of me.
Sim kind of tilts his head a little bit and just eyeing Kortash warily at this moment, not entirely certain how he wants to react to this.
I understand.
Who did you serve
Why,
in your
this,
past life?
the great Sekhmet, of course. I was his high priest. And then, well, he fell out of favor. He's in the boneyard now, one of the dead gods. I think he's in the same place Aerodin is, to be honest. And we all know what happened to the god of humanity.
I heard he got turned into a newt.
People with glass swords shouldn't throw stones, they say.
Is there any tasks you have for us forthcoming? It would be nice to have an idea of a schedule so we can make sure we are there to attend to whatever need you have.
Oh, absolutely. And here I thought you were going to grub for attention and beg me for favor. I quite appreciate your candor and willingness to serve. I'm quite taken.
Favor should never be begged for. It should be earned.
Ah, yes, I agree. I agree very, very much. That's why I enslaved the ancient Assyrians, like Asim here, and the lizard folk. But I see they have recently freed themselves and made their own path in life on the surface. I regret that I could not take them underground with me, as I intended.
What is Sevatar's perception?
My perception DC is 33.
You would probably very easily notice that Asim is not happy about this current situation. He seems very bothered by something.
I understand. It's quite a shock. How about you, human? And he looks over to Stitch Skull. Says like, why are you a Bloodlord and why are you worthy to be in my honor guard?
You don't need to answer such silly questions. Of course we're worthy.
How dare you, servant of Zankuthan! You dare insult the great Kortash Khan!
Yes, Zankuthan can insult anyone.
He just bangs his fist down on the table. Unacceptable!
He's just trying to get you riled up. Remember, they're all about wanting pain inflicted. He wants you to hurt him.
Ah, yes. I perhaps will grant you your request. I assure you
I just go,
one
oh
day.
brother, and I roll my eyes.
I assure you one day, Stitch Skull, one day you will suffer in an unparalleled way that you cannot possibly imagine.
So the real Stitch Skull will get a letter that he's a
I
Bloodlord.
highly recommend that you use a paddle on him, on his backside, that has sharp salt crystals on it.
So the real Stitch Skull will get 2 letters now. One letter that he's been recognized as a Bloodlord, and another one about a blood feud for him and entire family and all the celebrants and a country of ghouls.
More than likely, it's just the entire Church of Zankuthon.
The entire Church of Danko-san will be happy about this.
I just don't understand why the Midnight Lord would do such disrespectful things. And you, puppet, why are you worthy to serve?
I just keep sipping, and I have a cool house. I point at the dollhouse.
He also made the cat he rode in on.
I don't understand. Is this a joke? This automaton? What is this? What am I looking at?
He's a
bismuth.
precious little one, and yes, the cat is bismuth.
I
have drums. Would you like a song?
I love cats. Very much. But I do not understand you.
That's okay. Nobody understands me, including me.
All right, you can tell Kortash is indifferent to the party at this point. Because there were two people who seemed competent, and then there were two people that seemed like they were insulting him. But he does love cats.
I am also casually wearing a level 6 enchantment on myself. And, you know, I have, like, so much really expensive magical gear just hanging around. The greater persona mask, the major drums, Rod of Wonder. I mean, he's even not a spellcaster can see. I have an Aeon Stone around my head.
Yep.
He can't deny just the sheer amount of gear that the little puppet is wearing.
Yes, he's he notices all the gear, and it's like trinkets to him and whatnot. You think you have power, but you do not. Understand this. And he looks over to Sevatar and says, "Yes, I have work for you. I ask that you go to the Tower of Gnawed Bones and bring its inhabitants down. Defeat the ghouls that are there that would dare defy me and dare defy my country. Bring them low, bring them down to the ground, make them suffer, make them pay. And for this, you will be rewarded." And he just like raises his hands to cast a spell, and lightning comes out of it and just shocks you all as you all feel this immense, intense pain we're through. And he's like, "Accept my power! You are now level 12!
I thought we were supposed to be guards, not errand boys.
Yes, we do all that. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing. If he's going somewhere, we go there to guard him. If he sends us to do things, we do things. It's our job.
After the lightning strike and everything, Asim looks over at Kortash. And he says, "Great Kortash. Where did you say your pyramid was unburied again?"
I have selective amnesia.
I too cannot remember things.
Yes. All I have left is, from the pyramid, is Writhing Gleam. And I know not where its sister blade is, Gloaming Arc.
Asim
How
just
much
nods.
would you be looking to find this other weapon?
Oh, it's...
'Cause we can certainly let you know if we find anything out about it.
It's not...
If it's worth our time to do so.
Well, yes, I would say it's worth your time to do so. Perhaps as I become more friendly to you, it might mean that I share Writhing Gleam with you if I deem you worthy.
Then I will ensure any information I found out about this sword comes to you.
That would be most appreciated. Also, if you happen to find a woman named Antikieb, I do miss my empress. If you could somehow find somewhere within Geb where she has gone, I would be most grateful.
That's going to be difficult.
I know. She ran off, and I still haven't been able to forgive myself.
I just awkwardly sip as the as the room grows silent. Just
So, now would be a good time for each of you to try to influence Kortash Khan. What sort of things would you like to do? Would you like to discover something about him, perhaps? Maybe some strengths and weaknesses? You already discovered one thing about him. Or you could use some influence skills and attempt to either increase or decrease your influence with him. And you may level to 12 first before you do that, because he did level you first.
I'll attempt to just try and discover more. What skill check would I need for that?
Sure, you can use Kabiri lore, you can use Ghoul lore, or you can use religion, occultism, or society, or perception.
I will use occultism.
Okay. DC is going to be 32 for occultism.
I'd like to try and learn more about him as well.
Okay.
Use religion.
All right. First, Sevatar, what are you trying to learn? Some weakness, perhaps, or what else?
Not so much weakness, just information.
Okay.
Is there anything particularly unique about him as a ghoul than, say, myself? Just stuff like that. Just information.
All right. So, he's particularly nonplussed by ghouls or worshippers of Kabiri, who don't dwell in Namarekt Noktira. So, only certain types of ghouls impress him. But he's also unimpressed by people who grovel or attempt to curry his favor without obvious attempts to pander to his power. So, any character, such as yourself, who has not done this, will not receive a negative penalty to influence him. So you actually did pretty good. And since you did so well on your roll, I can give you another piece of information. He's thousands of years old, during which time he served as the ruler of a nation of ghouls and the most powerful priest in the demonic cult. Very little of what transpires is worrying him, including what you told him about that little plot with the food supply and the hags. Other than the erosion of diplomatic relations between Nemrek, Nokatira, and Geb. He doesn't tolerate failure. He's imperious, sardonic, and has unsettling knowledgeable about secrets. He's very much a secret person and secret-oriented. Dice!
I did not mean to do that.
Dice! Ah! Ren, I can also tell... Sevatar, I can also tell you this. Anyone who suggests or even implies that ghouls are a scourge that should be wiped out, or that Kortash is a villain who must be defeated, finds it very difficult to make an impression on him, and is known as either a fool or a future meal. You risk being spurned by him. Yeah, you risk being spurned by him forever, like several of you were spurned by the Game Master guy. And you won't be able to attempt any influence with him at all. That's what I can tell you. Now, Asim, what would you like to roll?
Excuse me. I'll be rolling religion.
Okay, for religion, you're going to need DC 30.
Public roll or private?
And private, please. Because there's some other things I need to do.
That is not what I clicked. Hold on.
What do you click?
There we go.
No problem. Because I can't tell you whether or not the information is accurate. You have to act on what I tell you. All right. So what are you trying to find out? A weakness or...
Trying to glean more information about who he currently is following.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I can about who he previously followed from our past life in ancient Ossyria.
Well, you definitely know that he is currently following Kabiri, and that is basically the cultish god of ghouls. It's kind of like H.P. Lovecraft and stuff, the personification in the realm. Him who gnaws appears as a muscular ghoul with pointed ears, red eyes, and hooves for feet.
Okay.
Those who venerate him and so many worlds have human-like feet, while ghouls of Leng have hoofed feet like Kabiri, tend to worship entirely different gods. And, you know, ghouls are kind of confused on, you know, like, whom they should give their dedication to. Kabiri dwells within the abyss in a vast necropolis called Everglut. And that immense city is filled with ghouls, whispering grave worms, carrion feeders, and worse creatures of the deep. And Kortash Khan is the high priest.
Of Kabir.
Mm-hmm. And anyone who seeks to venerate Kabiri seeks to learn the secrets of the dead, knowledge held by living souls that they took with them to the grave. And such knowledge can be extracted by supernatural means, but many ghouls utilize mundane methods of research, such as stealing journals or interfering with truths or covertly listening to living relatives. He's more about taking hidden knowledge. And that's the kind of thing that Kortash Khan loves, is secrets. So if you demonstrate to him knowledge of a particular hidden secret or something that he himself didn't know, that would impress him.
Okay.
Also, he hates Pharasma, so if you mock Pharasma, you know, especially her holidays, that he would enjoy.
Okay. Anything about his past? Days?
Just that he has thousands of years old, and he's served as the demonic within the demonic cult. Before that, you do not know. Not for certain. Stitch Skull, Tatterstraw, influence time.
Any suggestions?
He loves performance. If you want to perform, if you can entertain a man like this, the ruler of a ghoul
I
nation.
have just the song for
Oh,
him.
Okay. Yeah. The DC is 34. Okay. Okay. Oh, you just
Somewhat
made
better.
it.
He just likes Donkey Kong rap enough.
Oh my god.
Just enough.
You know, I was there during the first arcade cabinet. Alright, so now you are at influence 3 because of the Donkey Kong rap.
Also, I picked up a terrifying spell. Thanks to his level up.
Yes. Awaken Entropy. Oh god, that is highly appropriate for him zapping you.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Oh,
Alright.
negative or force if they would be healed by the negative.
Yeah. That's very good in case you want to kill a certain vampire.
And the thing that I accidentally rolled earlier, I installed Tactical Nuke into my cat.
What? What?
If it were to go down, I can make a nuke for this amount of fire.
Oh dear god, is that what that was?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
tactical
2d6
nuke.
per level. It's auto-destruct's ridiculous.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So Tatterstraw, not Tatterstraw, Stitch Skull, influence?
That. I'm trying to think about what I could do here.
Okay. You could discover something about him. You could choose to influence him. Those are your that's the first decision you need to make, either discovery or influence.
Okay, I'll try and discover something with esoteric lore about him, his body, or something like that. Something
Sure. DC 28.
about his- Okay. I will hero point that.
Okay. Esoteric.
That is far better.
All right. So, this guy loves prostrating people, much like the ghoul he sent to your house. If you present him with the remains in good condition of a ghoul that once opposed him, that he can use to craft a new voice in his chorus, you can reduce all DCs to influence him or discovery by 4. This man loves control. So if you go into that ghoul... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, he is sending us into a tower to take out some bad ones.
Cool. Okay.
So you learned something very major about him.
Good.
Also, I can now tell you about the weapon he mentioned. Writhing Gleam is a +2 greater striking, shifting, standard grade mithril flail.
Mhm. And Asim kind of wants that, right? Because that's like
It is part of the pair for Gloaming Arc.
yeah. Well, I'm glad we found something else about him that was good. So to influence him, we can't do anything now, but we would have to do something later on to be able to...
Correct. So you each took an action, which I assume happened at dinner time. After he leveled you up,
Yes.
so he super zapped you. So the next time you meet him, hopefully victorious from this Tower of Gnawed Bones, you'll get another chance to influence him or discover something about him. And he's willing to explain to you what just happened in the Tower of Gnawed Bones and why he wants these people brought low.
Certainly, all additional information on our targets would be appreciated.
Fortunately, I have nothing to fear in this city, or indeed any who might wallow in this thin and tasteless surface air. So your duties as guards to me are quite unnecessary. You can do with your time what you wish, but there is something I would have you do for me, something that would well benefit us both. The existence of a cell of Cabriri worshippers here in Mekatar, led by an exile from Nemrek Noktira, is a ghoul named Yurgok. While Yurgok has led the cell in secret for years, she's always been smart enough to maintain a low enough profile when choosing meals, often feasting on low-ranking members of Mekatar society who would likely go unnoticed, probably from the Carter's Consortium. Lately, however, Yurgok's ghouls have been hunting and killing high-ranking members of Mekatar factions. Quite unusual. The cult has taken the name of an ancient sect of secret eaters. And they are taking worship of Kabiri to an extreme. As a practical and political personality, you understand that I must keep the balance. I view Yurgok's actions as disruptive and politically problematic, but sweeping in and wiping them out myself would put me at being at risk, viewed by Mekatar citizens as rude at best, or as declaring war on Geb at worst. I cannot cast my mythic level spells under the Ghost King's watchful eye. But with you, a much more elegant solution presents itself. If you can infiltrate the cult's headquarters and wipe them out, you can do both myself and the city of Mekatar a favor. And I must say, he looks over to Sevatar and Asim. I am intrigued by both of you. The two of you may return to Coffinstone Manor whenever you wish. This will allow Sevatar and Asim a single chance of influence activity with Kortash each day, be it discovery or influence to him.
I don't think he likes us.
I don't really care.
Interesting that he is the one who's charging, us with this investigation as opposed to our country, whose officials are being killed.
And isn't it weird that high-level members of the factions are being targeted? Tatterstraw. Yeah. Detective Tatterstraw now.
I know, right? I took a little something from everybody. Texas from Lex, reanimation from Jorloff, detective skills from Ren, and changing my outfits from Risu.
Now you just need to beat somebody down with something or scream in rage.
Well,
Taking
entropy will
somebody
do that.
Oh, I figured it was the, tankiness.
Yeah, there you go.
Be my friend, or else.
I'm a Morskov version of Captain Planet. By your
Put you
powers
in my tea
combined,
house.
you
Once
get
we've
this.
left,
You get DK rap.
Oh god.
Okay. Okay.
once we've left and probably returned back to Aro.
So what now? Are we going?
I think so, are we?
Might as well.
I mean, depending on the time, yeah, we can at least make our preparations if anything we need to buy and get ready.
Yeah.
Because I have things to make. I have so many options of things to make now.
I actually really want some low-level items too. Because now I can activate them with my class to see. They scale.
Oh, that's right. You can trick items now, can't you? You can hotwire
Yeah,
them.
and then I can activate them twice also.
Ah.
And I now have munitions machinist. So I can, with my daily prep, make ammunition and bombs up to level 9 items.
Yes, the power of Kortash Khan flows through each of you now.
Yeah. Speaking of him, once we're all in private again, Asim would specifically go to Ren and the others if they're around and say he is not right. Everything that he says about his past and everything feels off.
Oh, he did mention the selective amnesia. Is there certainly room for things to be planted or supposed? But much appreciated on the heads up. We'll certainly keep an eye out for those things.
I think in terms of Asim's prep for stuff, I think the only thing that I would really want to do is maybe get some, what's it called? Elixirs of Unlife or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Help reduce the burden of healing.
Especially after getting bonked.
Mm-hmm.
So, will we be waiting for Lex to start the Tower of Gnaw Bones?
Yeah, probably
Sounds-
best.
Sounds
Most
yeah,
likely.
that's good.
Okay. I also have to remember to give Lex one chance to either discover or influence something about Kortash Khan. Don't let me forget.
Next week, I might need to dip around the middle of the session.
Okay.
I have a 1 p.m. experiment that I need to do.
Oof.
1 p.m. my time, by the way, so I'll have to dip out around 1 p.m. Eastern to go to the lab.
No sweat. Yeah, like you said, with living animals, you don't get to choose. You have to do things at certain times.
76 hours. I have to be there at 76 hours.
No worries.
I'll actually do my normal morning visit to the lab, then I'll come back home, play for an hour, and then go back in. Is what that's looking like.
Well, if you want, you don't have to do that. You can just miss the session to make it easier. If that
No,
that
it's
would-
fine. There's still a 3-hour gap, and then there's nothing to do in the lab. I'll come home, I'll eat, I'll play for an hour.
Question, Bramble.
Yes.
There's an item, alchemical ammunition item called Meteor Shot
Yes.
that I'm pretty sure is more supposed to be like for a sling. Could I make it work for bullets?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have no doubt that you would be able to do that. Any sort of projectile thing can probably, in theory, be made into a bullet.
Because oddly enough, it's alchemical, which is weird, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because now I have exploding bullets.
Yes, we love explosions, don't we?
I love that my kid is now nuclear powered.
It's going to be weird when it get to the end of the campaign. It's just like, how did Kepnebi die? Well, you see, one of my players decided to nuke him.
Or entropy, or both.
Well, we'll see.
The only, well, not the only, well, the biggest problem with entropy is that it affects everybody, and it grows. Meaning,
Like depression.
melees. Yes. Meaning melees will suffer.
Alrighty, guys, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy level 12, like the real power, man. It's kicking in. You are now
Thank
on
you.
the...
Yeah.
Thank you for running.
No problem.
Thank you for having us.
Said
Ren's
You
gonna
had said-
pick up a couple formulas on the way back to our place to prep.
Yeah, you're in Mekatar. It's basically on the same level of Absalon. And it's a port city.
You had said last week, I believe, that we'd be able to do some class change stuff.
Oh, yes.
Would I be able to just swap out? I mostly just want to swap out one of my archetype feats, Mummy's Despair. I literally used it one time because we're usually at pretty close proximity to each other,
Yeah.
and so I just want to swap that one out.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have buyer's remorse on something that you can retrain, that's perfectly fine. August 3rd, I believe, is when Rage of Elements comes out. You'll get your
Yeah.
free no weeks attached. You can change anything you want that day. Like you can change a
Okay.
class if you want to become a kineticist.
I may for Sev. We'll see how it looks. I'll have to read it. Does anyone particularly want that Umbral Wings cloak I got?
What does it do?
Once per hour, you can gain a fly speed for a turn equal to your land speed.
Nope.
Nope.
Don't get me wrong; it would be very useful. No.
Okay, selling it, and I'm buying a clandestine cloak.
Alrighty, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me.
You as well.